He laughed. My ex was a real woman. You're just comfortable. He left the week I lost my job. He didn't know I had quietly accepted a senior consultant role with travel perks and a luxury housing stipend. When he saw me step out of a hotel car at an event and texted, "Can we talk privately?" my reply made him freeze in place. I'm 35, and until 3 months ago, I thought I had my life figured out. My name is Catherine. I was with a man for 4 years. We met at a friend's dinner party, started dating casually, then got serious around the 1-year mark, moved in together after 2 years. He worked in fashion retail management. Always cared about appearances and status. I worked as a business analyst at a mid-sized consulting firm. Good money, stable, nothing flashy. He'd make comments sometimes about wanting more, but never specified what that meant. The real problem started around January. He became increasingly critical, not about anything specific, just this general dissatisfaction with everything. Our apartment wasn't nice enough. Our weekends weren't exciting enough. I wasn't ambitious enough. Every conversation felt like I was being measured against some invisible standard I couldn't see. February hit, and things got worse. He started mentioning his ex more, the one from college, how she was exciting and took risks and lived life fully. I'd ask what he meant, and he'd wave it off, say he was just reminiscing. But it kept coming up, in arguments, in casual conversation. Always this comparison I was apparently losing. The breaking point came on a Tuesday night in late February. I had just found out that morning that my position was being eliminated. Company restructuring. They were keeping me on for another month to transition my projects, but essentially, I was being laid off. I came home planning to tell him, figure out our next steps together. He was already in a mood when I walked in. Didn't ask about my day, just launched into a complaint about his manager at work, how he deserved a promotion, how everyone at his job was incompetent. I listened, made supportive comments, waited for him to finish. When he finally asked about my day, I said, "So, I got some news today. My position is being eliminated. I've got another month, but then I'll be looking for something new." He froze. "You're getting laid off?" "Yeah, it's fine though. I've been in talks with some recruiters, and I actually have something promising lined up already. Just need to finalize details." "What kind of something?" "Senior consultant role, different firm, better compensation package." He didn't look relieved. He looked disappointed, maybe annoyed. "When were you going to tell me you were job hunting?" "I wasn't actively hunting until recently. This opportunity came up through a former colleague. It's been in discussion for about 6 weeks." 6 weeks and you didn't mention it. "I didn't want to get your hopes up before it was solid. These things fall through sometimes." "So you just kept it to yourself?" I was being cautious. He shook his head. "That's exactly the problem. You're always cautious, always playing it safe, never taking real risks. Finding a better job before losing my current one is smart, not cautious." My ex would have quit first, would have made a bold move. I stared at him. "Your ex? The one who crashed at her parents' house for 2 years because she couldn't hold down a job? At least she had passion. At least she wasn't just comfortable all the time." "Comfortable? I'm trying to manage a job loss responsibly." He laughed. Actually laughed. "My ex was a real man. You're just comfortable." Something broke in that moment. Not my heart. More like a seal. Like I'd been holding back some truth about us, and it suddenly flooded in. "If that's how you feel," I said, "maybe you should go find her." "Maybe I should." We stared at each other. He grabbed his keys and left. Didn't come back that night. The next day, I got the official offer letter for the senior consultant position. The salary was 40% higher than my current one, plus quarterly bonuses, plus a luxury housing stipend when traveling, which would be often, plus a car service allowance. The recruiter had been underselling it during negotiations. This was a major step up. I signed the papers that afternoon. He came back Thursday evening, didn't apologize, just acted like nothing had happened. I didn't bring it up either. We moved around each other like polite strangers for 3 days. Sunday morning, he sat me down. "I think we need to take a break." "A break?" "I need to figure out what I want. You're stable and reliable, but I don't know if that's enough for me anymore." "Okay." I surprised myself with how calm I sounded. "If you need to figure things out, I'm not going to stop you." He looked taken aback. "I thought you'd fight for this." "Fight for what? For someone who thinks I'm just comfortable? Who compares me to his ex every chance he gets? Why would I fight for that?" He looked shocked, like he'd expected me to beg. "So you're fine with me leaving?" "I didn't say I'm fine with it, but if you want to go, go." He packed a bag that day, said he'd stay with a friend for a while. Said we'd talk in a few weeks. I helped him carry boxes to his car and watched him drive away. The following Monday, I started my new position. The office was in a high-rise downtown with floor-to-ceiling windows. My title was Senior Strategy Consultant. My team was small but talented. My first project had me flying out Wednesday to a different city for a 3-day client meeting. They put me up in a 5-star hotel, corner suite, the kind with a separate living room and a view that made you forget what floor you were on. The car service picked me up in a black sedan with leather seats and bottled water. I felt like I was playing a role in a movie. The project went well. The client loved our recommendations. My boss called me Friday afternoon to say I'd exceeded expectations, that this was exactly why they'd hired me. I flew back Sunday, went to my apartment, and realized how quiet it was without him. Not lonely, just peaceful. Update 1. Week 2. At the new job brought more travel, different city, same luxury treatment. I was building a reputation fast. My boss started introducing me as our rising star. Other partners were requesting me for their projects. The money was piling up faster than I could spend it. Meanwhile, he was still figuring things out at his friend's place. He'd text every few days. Surface-level stuff. How are you? What are you up to? Never mentioning our relationship or when he planned to come back. I kept my responses short. Busy with work, traveling a lot. Didn't elaborate. 3 weeks in, he texted, "Can we meet for coffee? I'm out of town for work again." "Where?" "Client project, back next week." "You're traveling a lot suddenly." "New job requires it." "Must be stressful." "It's actually pretty great." Read receipt. No response for 2 days. Week 4. I was back in town for a weekend. He suggested dinner. I agreed. We met at a casual restaurant near his friend's place. He looked tired. Asked about the new job. "It's going well. Challenging but rewarding." "What exactly do you do?" "Strategic consulting. Help companies optimize operations, improve efficiency, that kind of thing." "Sounds boring." "It pays well." "Still doing the safe thing?" I didn't take the bait, just smiled. "It works for me." He talked about his job. Same complaints, same manager issues, same feeling of being undervalued. I listened, nodded, didn't offer solutions. We split the check and went our separate ways. Month 2 at the job, I was leading projects, training junior consultants, building relationships with senior partners. My boss pulled me aside in early April. "We're promoting you to principal consultant, effective immediately." "That's already? I've only been here 2 months." "You've delivered like you've been here 2 years. This is how we reward performance." The new title came with another salary bump and a full benefits package that included things I didn't even know to ask for. Gym membership, executive coaching, an annual travel stipend for personal trips. I was making more than I'd made in my entire previous year every quarter. He texted that week. "My friend needs her place back. I was thinking I could move back in." "I don't think that's a good idea." "Why not?" "Because you left to figure things out." "Have you figured them out?" "I miss you." "That's not an answer." "I want to try again." "Based on what? What's changed?" No response for an hour. Then, "I shouldn't have compared you to my ex. That was wrong." "Okay. Can I come over and talk in person?" "I'm traveling again. Back in 2 weeks." Another long pause. "Fine." Update 2. I didn't hear from him for those 2 weeks. The project took me overseas. First time in the role. London office. Luxury hotel in Mayfair. An expense account that felt unlimited. I met with international clients, presented to their board, closed a deal worth 7 figures to the firm. My boss called it exceptional work, started talking about partnership track. At 35, after 3 months, I posted a photo on social media. Nothing flashy, just a professional shot from the London office with a caption about being grateful for new opportunities. He liked it within minutes, then texted, "You're in London for work? That's amazing. I didn't know your job sent you overseas." "It's part of the role." "When are you back?" "Sunday." "Can we please talk when you're back? I really want to fix things." "We'll see." I got back Sunday evening. Exhausted, but satisfied. The apartment felt different now. I'd redecorated a bit, bought new furniture, made it more mine and less ours. He showed up Monday evening without warning. Knocked on the door around 7. I almost didn't answer, but curiosity got me. "Hi." "Hey, can I come in?" I let him in. He looked around, noticed the changes. "You redecorated. Needed a refresh." "It looks good. Different." We sat in the living room. Awkward silence for a moment. "I want to apologize," he started, "for everything I said about you being comfortable, about comparing you to my ex. That was immature and hurtful." "Okay. And I want to work on us. I think we can get back to where we were." Where we were wasn't working, that's why you left. I left because I was scared. You losing your job triggered something in me, made me panic. I didn't lose my job, I transitioned to a better one. I know that now, but in the moment, all I could think about was instability. So you ran? Yes, and I regret it. I looked at him, really looked at him, and felt nothing. No anger, no hurt, just nothing. I don't think we should get back together. His face fell. Why not? Because you showed me who you are when things get tough. You leave. You compare me to other people. You measure my worth by how exciting or risky I am. That's not a foundation for a relationship. People change, he said. I've learned from this. Maybe, but I've moved on in 3 months. Are you seeing someone? No, but I'm happy. Happier than I was. And I'm not interested in going backward. He started crying. Please, just give me another chance. I gave you 4 years. You used them to make me feel inadequate. I'm done. What about everything we built? You dismantled it when you walked out. He left shortly after. I heard him crying in the hallway. I felt bad for about 30 seconds. Then I ordered dinner and watched a show I'd been meaning to catch up on. Update 3. May brought more success. Another promotion, this time to VP-level project lead. I was managing a team of 8 consultants across 3 continents. The money was absurd at this point. I'd paid off my student loans, maxed out my retirement accounts, and still had more than I knew what to do with. I bought a new car. Nothing ostentatious, but nice. German engineering. Smooth ride. The kind of car that whispers wealth instead of shouting it. He texted when he saw it parked outside our old building. New car? Yeah. Business must be good. It is. Happy for you. I didn't respond. In mid-May, I got invited to an industry conference. Big deal. All the major players in consulting would be there. Networking panels. Award ceremony for top performers. My firm was sponsoring, and I was being recognized as an emerging leader. IRS VP Ed. Booked my hotel. Another 5-star property. Prepared my remarks for the panel I'd be speaking on. The conference was being held at the Grand Hotel, one of those historic venues with marble lobbies and crystal chandeliers, the kind of place that hosted presidents and royalty. I'd been to plenty of business events, but this felt different. This was the big leagues. The day of the event, I got ready in my hotel suite, tailored suit, new watch, confidence that came from knowing I'd earned my spot. The car service picked me up at 6, black sedan again, professional driver, smooth ride to the venue. I stepped out at the entrance. Photographers for the industry publications were there, capturing arrivals. I smiled, waved, walked in. My phone buzzed, a text from him. Are you at the Grand Hotel? I didn't respond. I went inside, mingled, worked the room, gave my panel talk. It went well. People approached me afterward with business cards, speaking opportunities, job offers. I collected them all with practiced grace. During the cocktail hour, my phone buzzed again. I'm here at the conference. I came with a friend from work. Can we talk privately? I looked around and spotted him across the room. He was dressed up, clearly had put effort in. His friend stood next to him, looking uncomfortable. I texted back, "We have nothing to talk about, privately or otherwise. Enjoy the event." He saw me looking and started walking over. I turned and walked the other direction, joining a conversation with a senior partner from a competing firm. He stopped mid-step, phone in hand, frozen. Update 4. The rest of the event was professionally perfect. I avoided him, worked effectively, solidified relationships that would pay dividends for years. When I left, the car service was waiting. I went back to my hotel, changed into comfortable clothes, and slept the sleep of someone with nothing to regret. The next day he called. I answered. "That was humiliating," he said. "You ignoring me at the event. I told you we had nothing to discuss. I saw you see me and then walk away." "Yes, you could have at least acknowledged me." "Why? We're not together. We're not friends. There was no reason to. Everyone there saw it. People were asking me about it." "That's not my problem. You've changed. You're not the person I knew." "You're right. I'm better." "You're cold." "I'm clear. There's a difference." He hung up. A mutual friend reached out a few days later. "He's really upset about the conference thing." "Okay. He feels like you publicly embarrassed him." "I didn't do anything. I just didn't engage with my ex at a professional event." "He says you've completely changed." "I have, for the better." "He's telling people you're being cruel." "Let him." "That she left you when she thought you were down, found out you were actually up, and now wants back in. That's not love. That's convenience." The friend didn't have a response. Final update. It's been 3 months since the conference. I'm still at the firm, still thriving. They're talking about partnership before I turn 40. My life is full. Travel, work, a sense of purpose I didn't know I was missing. I heard through the grapevine he's dating someone new. His ex, actually. The real woman, who apparently got her life together. Good for them. I genuinely hope it works out. I've started dating again. Nothing serious. Just meeting people. Enjoying getting to know someone without the baggage of comparison or inadequacy. It's refreshing. Someone asked me last week if I regret how things ended with him, if I think I was too harsh at the conference. No, I said. He showed me I was just comfortable when he thought I was struggling. I showed him what comfortable actually looks like when you've got your life together. That's pretty cold. Maybe, but it's honest. The truth is, I don't spend much time thinking about him anymore. When I do, it's with a kind of detached curiosity, like remembering a version of myself that existed in a different life. That woman who measured her worth by someone else's approval, who let casual cruelty slide because she was afraid of being alone, who thought love meant enduring constant comparison to a fantasy. I'm grateful for what happened in a weird way. He did me a favor by leaving when he did. If he'd stayed, I might have spent years trying to become whatever he thought he wanted, shrinking myself to fit into his narrow definition of enough. Instead, I got to discover what I was actually capable of when I stopped performing for an audience of one who would never be satisfied. I'm 35. I've got a career I love, financial freedom, and peace of mind. He's got his ex, and whatever drama comes with her. I definitely got the better deal.